So, hey, this is the WHUR news team, and we all wanted to kind of come together, say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, all the moms who are filling in the gap, ladies who are filling in the gap, aunties, godmothers, and so forth. And we just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about what motherhood means to us and how we really have taken some of the true gems of motherhood and have applied them to our lives. So, I'm a mother. I have two children, two grown children. Glory, hallelujah to that. But I'm also a Grammy. And certainly we have Candace Atkins with us. Candace is a new mom, and you'll probably hear the proof of that in the background in a little bit. Of course, we have Bramante Bryant, who is blessed enough to still have his mom with him and still getting that wisdom that we all still need every day. And then our very own Harold Fisher, who, of course, is a wonderful guy and still has the fortune also to have his mom with him. So thank you guys for taking out some time out of your busy schedule. Harold has his mom's picture right there. And Candace, I kind of wanted to start with you because, you are a new mom, but like me, Mother's Day is still a bit tough. It's a blessing, because I am a mom and am also a Grammy, but I miss, my mother. And I know you recently lost your mother not long ago. So talk to us real quick, Candace, about being a new mom and then also how you are navigating motherhood without your mom.
Being a new mom introduced me to superpowers that I never seen before. Always knew I was strong, but this superpowers come out of nowhere. Like, whoa, why I did this thing. And with mom not being here, that's the hardest part because you see so many women have their moms along with them in the delivery room, telling you when the baby should eat, when he should not eat. Just being a mom, just like, But the blessing is I can sense her like, yeah, check his diaper. You might need to feed him right about now. You might need to make the bottle right about now. And every time I hear that intuition, it's always right. I'm like, wow, these super angels are real. So navigating it's been a blessing with the support with my mother-in-law and my husband because we have a high energy profession. I just can't just have the baby on my hip and he's already conditioned to say, well, let me be quiet because something's going on. As you can see right now when I'm speaking, he's quiet. So at 8 months, I think I'm doing something right.
Yeah, well, it only gets better from here. Let's just say that. So, congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
You're doing a wonderful job, just kind of as you said, just kind of balancing, motherhood and career. I always say that motherhood, being a mom, is probably the toughest job on the planet. And then when you insert the other things that we have to do, just because we have to do them, it's a lot. So I want to go to Bramante because Bramante, you and we grew up here in the DMV, and having mothers in the DMV, we already know what that means to have a Black mom in the DMV and the things that we had to do to get through school, and still try to be, the cool guy, the cool girl through all of that. And our mothers would say, don't even try it. Yeah.
I had a fairly young mother, so in some ways I feel like we kind of grew up together. But you used the word, Renee, wisdom when you started off.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I was just talking about that the other day with a friend of mine about my mother. And, I was saying as you get older and then you have children, you really think back about on your parents and really your mother. And, a lot of times your parents would say stuff to you, you're yeah, these people are older and da, da, da. And I was just saying the other day, it is just amazing that when you step back and you think about your mother, and especially Black mothers and all that they had to contend with, and you think about the things that they tell you now and you look back, and I got to tell you, I rarely excuse anything my mother says now because I'm telling you, I realize there is so much wisdom and life experience there. And that as you get older, you see that your mother knows so much through
Absolutely.
what they've lived through. And I can tell you in the past year, without my mother, it's been a up and down year for me. And just having my mother there to be able to talk to ask questions. And I
Right.
would say too, as a man, having your mother and getting that female perspective on life, it's everything.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it is everything. So I feel blessed, as you mentioned, to still have my mother here. And for those whose mothers aren't still around, I'm sure that their memories are so strong that they still rely on those. So I just feel so blessed to be
Yeah.
able to even share that in this moment, about my mother. So as you said, and in the DMV, those are just whole kind of different mothers anyway. You gotta have a little edge to you just to make it through all of.
Not
But
a DMV mom, a DC mom, huh?
well,
Yeah.
I got all of it. I lived in DC and Maryland, not the
Wow.
V, but I got the DC and the M.
So Harold, Ramonte made up a good point, and I think again, I'm a grandmother, but I think that as a mother of two grown children, both of my kids are in their 30s. I always kind of think that even after my mother passed, and I was in my 40s when my mother passed, she was still my mom. I always still felt like her little girl. So I don't want to tell your age, I'll let you tell your own age, but as a grown man with a grown mom, how is it still being mothered as a grown man? And do you feel like you're still being mothered as a grown man yourself?
Rarely, because
Really?
yes, and I'll say this.
Hmm.
I think there's advice, and then there is. When somebody says mothering, I think about disciplinarian. For
Well,
me,
no, that's so much that, but those nuggets and the wisdom and the things that you can still go to your mom for that you can't go anywhere else.
yes. Well,
I'm
and
saying,
but
yeah.
like I said, my relationship with
Yeah.
my mother is unique
Mm.
because during my teenage years, I started to see her not only as mother, but she also started becoming my friend,
Yeah.
and we had and have a bond that is really unique. My mother has a wonderful sense of humor, which is where I get mine, and and a singular biting wit, and that humor has helped really bond us. And yes, there are things that we talk about, and we've always talked about things that I think a lot of parents would not talk to their children about. There was a sense of real intimacy and friendship. And that's the thing that a lot of people through all of the years, it was like, gosh, I would never talk to my mother about those things. I said, we talk about these things all the time. And not just about me, but also about what's happening in her life. And I wanted to say, I showed this, picture of, my mother,
Right.
but I also had a wonderful relationship with my stepmother, which is, I lost her and my father in 2022, and she was very different from my mother, but she also had this really subtle wit. She had a wonderfully rich and loving personality. She was a Southern belle. When she talked, her voice dripped with honeysuckle and magnolia, and just
Yeah.
uh, and so that's what I mean. I was lucky to have a mother and a bonus mom with wonderful relationships.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I can certainly relate to that on the bonus dad side. I want to go back to you quickly, Candace, and we're going to wrap up in just a bit because, as a new mom, what are the things that you know today that your mother gave to you and now that you can pass on to your son?
There, you can do anything. You can do anything, and there's no excuses. Harold made an interesting comment to me about presentation, and that's hard for new moms to get back to ourselves. We got the man, we got the husband, we got the job, and we just kind of lose it. And mom taught all of that as being your best self and being your best self in all things. Presentation with your looks, your career, your persona, just represent Black excellence. So that's why I want to present to my son is just there's no excuses. Make it happen. Figure it out. Yes, I have a son. Yes, I'm exhausted sending 3 emails and 12 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning, but figure it out. And as you figure it out, I believe.
And he's telling you that right now. He's telling you that right now.
Yeah, he's telling me that right now. So he's going to come into the finale. But yeah, that's what I was teaching him.
Ramonte, what did your mother impart in you that and even till today, it's something that you give to your own children as a dad?
I think one of the biggest things my mother did for me and continues to do is instill confidence in me. And she is a person that will continually lift you up, and I think she sees that as her role as a mother and as a parent. I take that my mother is very intentional of telling me, what she thinks of me in the most positive way. Now, of course, as a mother, you got to fill in some of them things too that the kids aren't doing right. But I think
a little vinegar with the sugar.
Yeah, a little bit. I think that, and then the last thing I would just say is a sense of perseverance. Of just I see in my mother as a person. She is a get it done, go to it. Whatever needs to get done, she gets it done. So I think she's instilled those things in me.
Harold, the same question for you. What is it that your mother put in you a long time ago that you know to be true still today?
My mother has always emphasized that it's important to be a good person, and to try to be a good person every day. Sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed, but to try to be a good person, to surround yourself with good people. And I pass that on to my daughter. And one of the blessings is that, as your world gets bigger and bigger and you talk to other people about their mothers, and I've heard some horror stories about mothers, and I'm like, golly, I'm just so blessed to have a mother who is a good person. And that's been the important thing. And I know we're going to hop off, but I did want to say, and I think I'd be remiss, and I know you all would agree with this, especially you, Renee. I am so proud of Candace and what she has done as a mother. But even before she got married, I always knew that Candace would be a good mother. And 8 months in, I just know that she's doing the daggone thing.
Not giving me kids when I didn't know. Okay, Harold.
I know. Well, I knew that was going to happen. You want to get the husband and then have the baby. But I always, I knew you were going to be a good wife. But the motherhood is a whole different thing. I'm so proud of you. I'm happy for you and your husband.
Thank you.
And, I just think you're going to be a wonderful mother.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I will echo I will echo that. We're certainly, we've seen you grow up, Candace, much like, myself, kind of grew up at HUR. And I tell people all the time, I started off as Renee, and now I'm Miss Nash at the station. So you started off as Candace, and now you're Miss Candace, and at some point you're going to be Mrs. Wilson there. So
I got Miss Wilson from the intern this year.
Right.
No.
Oh yes, yeah, that is my name. Yes, Kennedy. I'll be there.
Absolutely. So I want to just say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yes.
Again, it's a tough job. Nobody says it is easy or will it ever be easy, but it is probably the most rewarding thing that you will do in life. And I'm just so thankful for all the moms out there, for all of the women who have taken me under their wing and who have shown me things, be it young and old. Even you, Candace, you have certainly shown me a lot through the years. So I appreciate the mothering you've given to me, even as a person 20 years plus my junior. So congratulations to you. Harold and Vermonte, thank you for imparting some wisdom with us. We like to hear from the guys too on Mother's Day. And I know that you're going to be out there doing some wonderful things. Just remember this, sometimes on Mother's Day, moms just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
We want to be appreciated, and we want the flowers.
And then leave. Yeah, and then leave.
Just take a breather.
Leave us alone. Take the kids. Take all of the other things and just kind of go away for a few hours, and we're good with that.
What's the best gift ever? I love going to the mall, my mommy hour.
And happy Mother's Day to my sister.
Yes.
Who is just a wonderful mother.
Mine as well. Yeah. Thank you, Harold, for reminding.
Mother.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Renee. You're a mother to the news team. We need all the mothering in this crazy business. And you help us out to get further.
Thank you. Well, listen, happy Mother's Day, everybody. We just wanted to jump on for a few minutes and say happy Mother's Day to everyone. Please make it a safe time. And moms really do take this opportunity to find some time for yourself and just say woosah, because we need it. Absolutely. We need it. All right.
Woosah. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Happy Mother's Day.